I'm John Pardi. You listen to Rodeo Time.
I got you in the hot seat there. Hope that's all right. You're probably used to it, being in the hot seat.
Oh yeah, you know it's cooled off quite a bit, you could say. It's cool. It's a cool setup.
Yeah. You know, it's just a little something we threw together.
Did you bring that picture with you?
Yeah, I brought that. It's my ex-girlfriend. Figured, howdy. Yeah. Man, Houston. Golly. How's it feel? You must be nervous.
It's always a little nervous. It's a rush, you get out there and.
Oh no, I meant going on my podcast, not Houston.
Oh, well, I was actually a little nervous going on an old podcast.
I'm just kidding.
No, I mean it's a rush for everything, really. But Houston's fun.
Yeah,
it's the third time, so you kind of get used to it.
Yes, sir.
But I'm just a little nervous on the podcast.
I was watching a deal, the case that you did with Case. On your
the little
social media
deal.
Your little commercials on social media, by the way, are hilarious. But you were talking about your dad, and he doesn't like interviews.
He hates interviews.
That didn't carry over to you, huh?
No.
You don't mind them?
No, he was. I like interviews. I like making people laugh and just having a good time. And he's never been the talker. I mean, he'll answer you with one word, yes or no, and stuff like that.
Like a classic, just good old boy, like hardworking, like blue collar dad.
Yeah, he's a bit of the guy, the rancher. What's the
67-year-old rancher?
Yeah, he's got a bit of that in him. I watched that one. I was like, that's a little bit like my dad.
I think in that interview you had referred to him as senior. Do you call him that all the time? What do you?
I call him senior because his name's John too.
Right, for sure.
And for a while there, he'd be hanging out and doing stuff, and somebody would say, "Hey, John," and we'd both turn around. I said, "This guy, stop." He's like, "We're just gonna call you senior," but it's like when you name a dog, it just turns into that, like that seniority. You just like took over and like, well, senior says, or like it came a whole deal.
Yeah, you said it like real casual and it kind of rolled off the tongue. I was like, I knew that what you meant, like junior and senior, but also I was like, oh, I bet he calls him that all the time.
Oh yeah, we call him senior all the time. It fits him perfectly.
That's cool too. That your place out there. There's a little clip and it was like, who's your ranch hand? It's like, we don't have a ranch hand. I'm the one that does it. And then it's you and your dad out there running all that equipment.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a lot. At Tennessee, there's so many trees, and Senior lives in Texas, and we got a sawmill, and he's like, his big plan is to like bring all the wood to Texas, because I don't know. He says, man, in Texas, we can sell this $1,000 a foot. Like, like we don't have no trees in Texas. I don't know if it's true. But he's like collecting wood here.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of nice lumber, and we're clearing out fields and just making it nicer, usable property. Right. And it pile them up and burn it. It gets old after a while. There's a lot of good wood. So we got a sawmill, and he's kind of showing me how to do that, and he's kind of a jack of all trades. So I'm got to learn a lot of all kinds of stuff from him.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of hands-on. And farm managers are great, but everybody that I've had is you end up fixing something or just it's just a pain in the ass sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got these guys.
Yeah, they are definitely a pain in the ass. Like, that's like the exact.
Like, as Senior said, like firing two good guys.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what. I don't know if he's joking or not, but a friend of mine at a ranch said, Dale, when you ride up, it's like two good hands riding off. I think he was serious because he also told me on the same drive, he said, I got genes that ride up better than you do.
Oh, man, that's a good one.
Yeah, so that's what y'all grew up doing is your dad was like working equipment, clearing land and like.
Oh, no. He grew up I mean, he was doing. He came from a farm background and just found more money in construction. And
naturally,
I mean, yeah, I mean the farm wages, ag wages, construction wages a little more. I mean, grew up in California, Northern California. It's a huge agriculture. So grew up around a small town surrounded by ranches, farms, and he went to the construction world of land leveling, which was like, he did an arena in Sacramento that was kind of like this, and then neighborhoods, and then hay fields, and like he just started, it all kind of flows together, and just learned so much from welding. Like I was an ag mech in high school, and that was like the FFA side I was.
Which arena in Sacramento?
Arco Arena.
Is that where they have
that
state convention?
Well, they had
for FFA.
I don't know. They kind of move it around
because we're going to Sacramento. I've been there twice already.
I think the Arco's done. I think it's
okay
done. But I think it could be Golden One. I mean, Golden One's a beautiful arena. There's a bunch of them out there at the fairgrounds.
It is a different. When I went there a couple years ago for the first time, like it really opened my eyes to like it is. I like how immediately after you said California, you kind of started to describe it so people aren't picturing, LA, because up there in that part of the world, it is very rural and a lot of agriculture.
You mean it's
ranches?
Western.
I
was always like, where do you think the West came from?
Yeah, that's
California. We're going west, and
that's
then you got your western states like Montana, and well, that's up, but like Nevada. I mean, all Arizona, all that. It's just it's cowboy country, farmer country, and there's big cities, But
for sure,
it was a good place to grow up.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Jamie. I don't have many conversations with Jamie Johnson, but I remember he's like, man, Northern California's where he's from. He's real quiet too. He goes, that's a good place to be from.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally from out west. That's
why it's country and western.
I come from out west.
Came from out west. Now I'm southern.
Yeah.
I've been in Nashville for almost half my life now.
Dang.
I moved at 22, straight to Nashville before Nashville was what it is now. I mean, and people used to complain about everybody moving when I moved in 2008, and now like everybody's moving.
Yeah. It's getting flooded.
I mean, that's when I heard the title Honky Tonk Hollywood. That's my new record. See, I'm plugging it right back April 11th.
No, we need to talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but Honky Tonk Hollywood, when I heard the title, it's like, that's the new Nashville. Everybody's coming in. You got all these 5-star hotels, and like there's all kinds of just people coming in, and it's just elevated so much from when I was first there. And so like going back and forth in the West and Nashville has been kind of my whole life now. But I do stick up for where I'm from because it gets a lot of bad reps. I mean, of course, like I described, California could always use a lot of maintenance, but the people out there are hardworking people, and that's where I got a lot of my drive and just attitude and go get it is from people I grew up around in my small town. And
no, I love it out there. We go to the California FFA convention every year. It's first week in April this year. It's usually in March, but yeah, we'll it's like a 24-hour drive for us to Sacramento, and I'll probably fly, but send the guys and then I'll fly in.
These guys, you out driving?
Yeah.
Hop in the dually and go?
Yeah, we try not to put him behind the wheel too much, but no, it's such a beautiful drive through there, and then it's just some down-home country people. Like, I love it.
And it's crazy, like the amount that you can do in a 3-hour radius of where I'm from. Is you can go down like Santa Cruz, hit the beach, or you can go up to Reno, Nevada real quick, just go snowboarding, or like Tahoe's, all in that. Or then you go maybe 4 hours, you're in the redwoods.
Yep.
Like the huge redwoods. It's just a crazy place. And so a lot of that skills and stuff that I've learned is just because you do a little bit of everything in California, really.
What about, so tell me about the album. What is it? Is it 17 songs?
17 songs, yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of a bigger album, isn't it? Like that's a lot of.
Yeah, it was at the point where, there was all these big albums coming out when we were making the album. And you got Morgan had like 36 songs on his record, and Zach Bryan has like
Overkill.
4,500. I mean, I feel like Zach Bryan's writing a song every like couple minutes.
Calm
just like,
down. Let the rest of us have a little. Golly.
Hey, dude's got talent. But so I would just kind of like, well, I want to do that. And then it was like shrunk down to, what songs when you do a record, I like to think of what songs could you not imagine not having? Like what can't you live without? Like I got to have these. So I got 17, got to have these songs on this record. And that's how I did the song. And I think 17, it's only like an hour and a half, which is nice. You're going to drive to California, you can listen, guys. And it wasn't too long and it wasn't too short. And I thought it was a good mix. And this is my first. And we've done 18 songs before on the records, but we did a little bonus thing where you like put it out and 6 months later. But I think it takes away from like the excitement if you delay, like say, well, put 14 out and then the 3 come out later.
Right.
I just like, let's put it all out. Let's just get it all out there.
We're already pretty close to it. What about, do you drop any a little before?
We got a song called She Drives Away coming out Friday, and we put 3 out already, kind of get the buzz going. Yeah. If I had it my way, I'd put it all out right now.
Right. He went to work.
He went to work.
Is that that one hit pretty close to home for you?
Oh,
just talking about.
Yeah, and he went to work. It really reminded me of my dad, but also like it's got a good message to like young fathers out there that go to work every day, come back, hug the kids, and go work the next day. And I feel like that is going to resonate with all kinds of people.
Yeah.
And that was one of my favorites on the record.
Yeah. You got 2 little girls now.
Boy, yeah. That's why I got She Drives Away. That's the tearjerker of all of them. And it's happy cry. It's a happy cry.
Sure.
But I love that. In a way, that's another father song. And I love the story of like, I think it's Summer's dad, Larry, my father-in-law, and it reminded me when I asked her, hey, can I marry your daughter? And like, then we got a little girl, and like, it's just funny how, the Nashville songwriters can tailor a song so well for an artist to just step in and hop on the saddle and take it to the people.
Right.
But it's definitely like something that just like was like, well, I'm going to sing this song. It's too good. Mm-hmm. And a lot of girl dads out there, they love it, but they're like, I'm skipping that one. Don't feel like crying on this drive.
What's it, a love-hate relationship?
Yeah, they're like, I'm going to skip that one.
Yeah.
Let's go to that beer drinking song.
Right. Well, you're good at those too. So
this album's, it still got that, but it's got a little more heart and just a little more like, hey, I'm going to step back and peel a layer off and be a little more heartfelt, I guess. There's a lot more heartfelt on this record.
Yeah. Did you picture yourself being a girl dad?
Well, I think every male species pictures himself as being like, I got 3 sons.
Yeah.
And it, you know what? God's hand, it works out the way it works out. Mm-hmm. And my girls are great. And, there's just a little more pink.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. So we'll see. And we talk about it, maybe a third, but then we're like, it'll probably just be another girl the way it's going. And then we got 3 girls. So, I don't know. It'd be nice to have a son, but it's not like a deal breaker,
For sure.
I got my girls, I love my girls, and they put a smile on my face every time, man.
Yeah, what they say, they're the ones that are going to take care of you when you're old, huh?
That's what everybody says.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we're just trying to make it there. I'm trying to get old.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm semi-old right now.
Yeah.
Still young, holding on there.
Yeah. No, you're not old. You're but birthday
seasoned.
is
seasoned.
May 20.
May 20th, yes.
Yep, which is the day before mine.
Okay.
And Cody Johnson.
Yeah, there's a bunch of May babies. George Strait.
Yep. I think though May 20th is also Hitler's birthday. I think
Is it?
Maybe
I don't
not.
know. I've never
Maybe
heard
not.
that.
We'll
I've never heard
it.
that. Yeah,
we'll fact check it.
Let's run the fact check on that.
Yeah. Jamie, pull that up. So did you kind of know that heartache medication, because you released that on your birthday, so you kind of, you knew that was going to be your hitter? Is that why you put it on your?
Heartache medication was a song that I wrote.
I hope you're enjoying a ranch fuel as you're listening to this episode of Rodeo Time. Use code DALE on ranchfuel.com for 15% off, old son. Drink up and use code DALE on ranchfuel.com. Total Feeds is what keeps the herd powered here at Radiator Ranch, and Total Equine is what I've been giving Boone for 10 years. He's 24 years old and still going strong. You can get it on Chewy.com or a dealer near you.
I think we wrote it in like an hour and a half.
Oh, dang.
And it was just like, whew. And then I had the fiddle intro in my head, and once we got it fully produced, it had a timeless but like new and just fun, and I wanted that fiddle intro, and we got it turned in, and like bam, they're like, we want this as the first single, because I like my radio team to pick the singles, because they got to work it. They work radio all the time, but I also get to make the records I want to make. There's no like, you got to record this song, you know, and I push the limits on what I record, and but that was just a straight up country, like Western.
Whoever wrote this song come from out west. I can feel it in my bones.
And yeah, no, that's one of our biggest live songs. It's something with that
you
fiddle.
Knew that before you had a hope or a feeling. What was?
Let's say in music, you really don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I think Chris Stapleton said you don't know if it's a hit. Nobody knows. You could say it, this hit, but
yeah.
Trust me, we've had songs we thought were hits that didn't end up being hits.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's true to what you love, people are gonna love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe you can probably like fake it till you make it. You just tell people it's a hit, and maybe they'll believe you.
Not anymore these days. They got numbers and statistics. They're like, you think that, Dale? This says no.
Yeah, but trust me, I am the world's greatest bull rider. So take my word on that, though.
There's no stats on that.
Well, you've never seen a video of me bucking off, have you?
No.
Nope, you haven't. Bingo.
No, the world's greatest.
He just said it.
Look, hey,
never seen me buck off.
I stand corrected.
Who was it? You said Chris Stapleton. I can't remember who we were interviewing. Somebody said, be careful what you write. You may have to sing it. Coe said that. Mm-hmm. And somebody had told him. But anyway, I bet Heartache Medication, though, you love playing. That just seems like something anybody would just love to play.
Yeah, no, most of my songs.
And it's only been 6 years, so.
Yeah. Well, and similar to what Coe was saying, I had a great A&R friend. He goes, well, hell, man, it's your song. You got to sing it the rest of your career.
Yeah. He was kind of complaining about his Taco Bell song. And so he was like, damn, I'm ready for that one.
But people love all them goofy stuff.
Right, for sure.
You know, I always thought, like, we always want longevity in any career. You want longevity. You want to go as long as you can. And sometimes when you look back, and even if you're like 10 years later, you're like, damn, this don't even mean the same thing it meant 10 years ago.
Right.
But a song like Head Over Boots, I feel like it's a timeless story, two-step and dances song, Falling in Love. Falling in Love never gets old. And I feel like that's why country music is so personal to people, because love's personal. Breakups are personal. Drinking, messing up, all that stuff, working. It really only fits in country music. He went to work. That wouldn't be like a pop song. Like, it's like, you know, like up in the club, techno, he went to work. Well, I guess it did have, there was, I take that back.
Are we looking at
Are we getting a co-write? Are we co-writing right now?
Somebody call Snoop Dogg. You got any collaborations coming up?
No, I didn't do collaborations this time. Me and Luke Bryan, we had a great song, Cowboys and Plowboys. Yeah. And I thought I was like, this is a hit. And
you told people.
I told people. And I was like, the Plowboys thing got in the way. Like people, I don't know if there's a new term for Plowboys these days. It used to be. Yeah. I didn't go down the Urban Dictionary in that one.
People were like, this might be it. Whoa.
What? Whoa. I'm just glad I wasn't a plowboy in that song.
Yeah.
Oh, but
yeah. Dang.
Well, I
mean,
mean,
you got to look out for the Urban Dictionary.
The Urban Dictionary, the plowboy. And me and Luke talked about it, and Luke was like, buddy, I got about 6 songs that say plowboy in it. And I know it is. I was like, maybe because it ended on the hook. And I don't know. We had a great time. Shooting the video. I went out west and saw my good buddy Bert, and we roped and we rode and we were cowboys and we set it all up, and it was fun. And then it was just like radio was calling in. There's something with the Plowboys. And I was like, what do you mean? They just mean something else these days. But, the people.
Classic mix-up.
Hey,
our Doug was a white. Classic mix-up.
Look, some things don't age well, right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Taco Bell, Plowboys. I mean.
Yeah.
So it was fun while it lasted. Now we're on the Honky Tonk Hollywood. And everything's going good on there. Back to love making music.
Moving forward. Whoever's in the room, when we go to writing, we need somebody off to the side. Urban Dictionary, every word first.
Every word, and probably leave Plowboys out.
Dadgummit.
Just say farmer.
Yeah, somebody's going to run off on TikTok with this. I thought you were going to talk about just kind of like the segregation between cowboys and farmers, like sometimes kind of throw rocks at each other. And I was like,
well, that's what originally, but it was the whole thing of the song was like, we're all the same. We work hard. We wear different boots, but we're ranching.
Let's
we're farming.
Unite.
We're agriculture.
Cowboys and plowboys. Some things you can't unhear.
Oh, man. I didn't see that one coming.
Neither did I.
The band, Plowboy. They were just had their own inside. I was like, what are you guys joking about this already? The band, when the band's making jokes about it, I was like, oh, we're off the rails on this one.
So you go to your band, you're like, all right, we're going to sing this next one. We're going to put this on the set list, Cowboys and Plowboys, and somebody in the back just snickers.
Just like Plowboys.
All right.
They're doing like thrusting. I'm like, man. All right, well.
What happened?
We're just going heartache medication on 3. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Oh. That was a good laugh.
Yeah. Dadgummit. Well, at least you had somebody with you along for the ride, like Luke,
Yeah, Luke's great. Hey, we got to 21. That's pretty good. 21 out of 60.
Yeah.
Good spot. Hey, I saw a TikTok. There had people were rocking out about Plowboys and Cowboys.
And y'all can each blame it on the other. Yeah, so like in your camp, you're like, yeah, that's Luke's deal, and then Luke's probably like, yeah, John over here.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's doing fine. He's back on. Got another number 1 after that. American Idol. He's
on to the next one.
He's got a helicopter.
Speaking of TikTok, he's got a helicopter.
I mean, he does.
Which one was it that was playing with some?
There's a TikTok trend going on right now. I don't even know if you know it exists, but they're playing like sports edits.
Yeah.
And they're using like heartache medication. Usually
with like
rap songs.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
nostalgic sports edits, and they're using your music on it.
Have you seen any of those?
I've seen the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl one where they had heartache medication. I think that's where, because he's that little shuffle he's doing is right on beat on that.
Yeah.
Watch something like, that's cool.
Yeah. Word.
I mean, who would have thought, like, Kendrick was probably like, I'm playing the Super Bowl. It's going to be awesome. And then it turned into like this social media frenzy. Jeans are sold out. Like, I mean, it was a big time.
Maybe a collab with Kendrick.
Get
him out there driving the backhoe. The
backhoe.
The case.
Get him on the case.
Hey, this is how we do it out west, brother. Which song do you feel like, I mean, we're talking about heart, but like Dirt on My Boots, like which one do you feel like has really just been one of the more that just does show up on TikTok more often than?
Oh, Dirt on My Boots by far is it's such a just dirt on my boots. I'm trying to think of where it's so like do it every day. You know, it's got that vibe. Like people get dirt on their boots, and it's super relatable.
Relatable. Yeah,
but there was another word I'm just don't have the biggest vocabulary.
Do we have a dictionary in here?
I don't know. It's been too much time looking for that perfect big word to put in there.
It would have helped with the Cowboys and Plowboys situation. I'll tell you that.
Well, Dirt on My Boots, it just had that, you know, it was a guy who worked hard and was chasing the girl, you know, and that always works. That's always a good, the chase of anything is a great country song. And this guy's a hardworking, going to hit the club, cut a rug, you know, burn it out like neon lights. Got a little dirt in my boots, going to dance the dust right off the night. I mean, it's just a fun one.
Yeah.
And that's been a big, big song. To even we're like Can-Ams and, you know, all this stuff. Just everything, dirt in my boots.
Yep.
It's just universal.
Right.
There's the word I was looking for. Universal.
Brings the people together. Synergy. That's what's created.
Everybody likes getting dirty.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Even Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. I mean.
Probably. Maybe.
His sneakers are pretty clean now.
Yeah.
Sneakerheads they like the clean stuff.
Yeah. I
except the Golden Goose one. I call it, my wife loves them. I just call them is it the Golden Goose shoes, like the dirty sneakers that are like $1,000?
Oh, I don't know.
Legina, yeah.
They got me. I wouldn't consider myself a sneakerhead, but I do like watching basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And so they got me on Instagram with these Jordans.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like leathery looking, like cowboy. You know, like $88, free shipping. Had to do it.
Yes, good deal.
But I get them dirty. That's what made me bring it up. I don't know. I didn't mean to twist this and make it about me. More back to John.
Hey, if you like basketball, I randomly, like we're getting to our hotel last night, Kevin Durant came in.
Really?
He's so tall. Like, I'm 6'4".
Or I'm sorry,
he's on
Rockets?
the Suns. He's on the Suns right
but
now.
they played the Rockets, I guess.
They played
Houston?
last night. I think the Rockets won.
Did you talk to him?
No, but I was like, damn, he's tall. But then I looked, I was like, well, that's Kevin Durant. But I didn't know what to say.
I went to a Mavs game just like Sunday, and I saw him play. They were playing the Suns. I wanted to watch because I like going to Mavs games, but I also like Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he's like, he doesn't look that big in pictures.
So tall.
Oh, man, he's crazy tall.
But they even have, what's his name, Ball? He's taller than Kevin Durant on the same team.
No, I mean, when you see basketball players, it's like, dang, all right, you definitely dunking.
I thought you were going to say you did a little balling because you're kind of tall.
Yeah, I just want coordinated.
Okay.
Coordination came later in life.
And
I had the music bug. I was like really into writing, and but I played. I just try to get the rebound. If I could do that, I'm a part of the team.
Yeah, you started writing songs at like 12, huh? 12,
yeah.
13?
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I didn't have a girlfriend, but I was always getting left.
Okay.
You know, girls are always leaving me. That's what my main right was.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
Man, that was me. I had a lot of, it was hard for me to get out of like a month-long relationship, meaning like I couldn't get past the month. They would always dump me within a month. Maybe that is why I started gravitate towards sad music.
Sad music is good. I mean, we brought you a picture of your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, she's pretty hot.
The one that got away.
The one that got away.
Yep. Yeah, this album coming out. So, in April, and then you're going on tour. First stop, Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah, no, Lubbock. We haven't played Lubbock in a minute. Yeah. Texas is a big spot. We've been having a lot of fun in Texas.
Yeah.
Playing everywhere.
And then you kind of take off. Was it like I was watching your commercial you made with Michael Chandler.
Yeah, it was a funny one.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
It was a good one.
That's a good vibe. You are a what is it? Team player. Good sport.
Hey,
there it is.
Good sport. I like make people laugh. Like if you can bring laughter in anything, it makes it so much more memorable.
What set up that collab though? You and UFC star Michael Chandler.
Well, it's a funny story. Our video guy that was in charge of this whole idea had done some work with Michael, and my original idea was to work out with pyro, like do a squat, go down, boom, pyro goes off, or do some curls, or like just flamethrowers coming out and like getting ready for the tour, you know?
Yeah.
Last year was the first year we brought pyro out, and so we're gonna, you know, it was pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie, pyro was pretty cool.
Except for when it blows up in your face.
Guys, you got to be a little more careful. Can't just run around.
I love that you posted that clip though.
Oh, that's Cairo.
Kairos, whatever, the smoke.
Cold. Yeah, it's cold.
Right.
Felt good.
Still interrupted your song.
Yeah, I was just like, but the funny thing was somebody pushed the button. He's like, oh, he's going there. Like the guys I pay, they're like, it was basically like, oh, he'll be fine. Thanks.
It wasn't on a timer.
As long as it wasn't a flamethrower.
Were they thinking it was going to be like this just epic moment where like you're just finishing the lyric and then just the smoke go, or was he trying to like get you?
Or maybe he couldn't see me because it's on a chain, so it's gonna hit all of them. You know, It's not separate. So
Gotcha.
at least he couldn't be like, I'm just gonna fire this one because that's where his face is.
So, anyways, I interrupted you.
Oh yeah. And I was throwing out, we're brainstorming. We're like, well, maybe we go to like a gym or something, like the UFC gym in Hendersonville's like, everybody's going to UFC gym. But Nate heard that or something, the idea. He's like, well, I'll ask Michael Chandler if he'll come and be the trainer, and we'll do it in your home gym. Mm-hmm. And that's how that came about. And Michael was such a good sport. And then that like 2 days later, he got that big fight.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna go to the fight here in April.
Awesome.
So
yeah,
it all worked out great, and it was just brainstorming turned into a fun promo, and it just brought two worlds together, and it was a fun time.
Yeah, country music goes well with UFC. Those guys, I mean, who doesn't like to watch just a good old brawl?
Bar fight's been around a long time in country music.
There you go.
Just,
have you seen a lot of those from the stage?
You know, the funniest fight, no fights are funny at a concert, but we do a Christmas tour, and a fight broke out during Let It Snow, and I just was like, well, the weather outside. It was just like, it was like comic. It was like people were fighting during Let It Snow, and like, yeah,
that's
bam,
awesome.
bam, bam.
Yeah.
Let it snow, let snow, let snow, bam.
Yeah.
I was like, man, what, right now? Had to stop the song. Damn. Hey, y'all, chill out, man.
Yeah.
Let's let it snow. Frosty the Snowman's neck. Chill out.
Yeah, they're not funny, but there is a funniest. Like, of the ones that aren't funny, there's a funniest, and it's during a Christmas song.
And a lot of the fights are, you know, at concerts are quickly brought down, or you stop music. You know, it's quickly people let's chill out.
Yeah.
But MMA, you know, that's different.
Organized.
UFC, they're ready to go.
Yeah, I've been hanging out with Cowboy Cerrone. He's buddies with Michael Chandler, another UFC fighter. And it's just really opened my eyes to how not tough I am, I think.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest takeaway for me.
These guys get hit in the head quite a bit. Take it.
Yeah, and they hit in the head quite a bit.
The ears.
Yeah.
They're just like.
Or like a tattoo on the shin. Stay away from somebody that's got a tattoo on their shin.
Just right in a sensor.
Maybe I should get one there. That'll be like a good deterrent. And then like if somebody tries to fight me, I'll just
like, right here.
Check out the shin. Are you sure you want to do this?
I heard right here is painful.
Yep.
But I don't know. I don't have any tattoos.
Me neither.
Just never got into it.
God's temple, baby.
It's right here. Got
Keep it
scars.
holy.
That's all I say. Got enough scars. I don't need no tattoos.
Yes.
Tough.
These
Western.
scars tell a much more Western story.
Western.
What's your biggest scar?
I was stabbed at 18.
RodeoTime.com is the only website that should exist because it's the greatest apparel line that has ever existed. So go there now to get a t-shirt, a hoodie, a cap, a vest, whatever it is you need. Go to RodeoTime.com, old son. Ever since I started riding bulls and punching fools, I've been wearing an American hat because I'm an American. I actually wore a different hat before that for the longest, but then my mom got a job. So wear an American hat, old son. Otherwise, you ain't no cowboy.
No.
I got a big scar right across my stomach.
Like,
Three big scars.
Another bad breakup or?
Yeah. No, just high school, knucklehead stuff. And I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time.
That sounds more serious than some high school knucklehead stuff.
Well, yes, I didn't die, so we can celebrate that. And it was just a kid got jumped from guys from my hometown. And he found out that I was from that hometown. He took it out on me, which I had no, connection.
Right. Classic mix-up again.
I was just leaving the party with a bunch of girls.
Yep.
Came up, hit me in the face. Out of like, you from Dixon? Bam. Hit me in the face. Well, I got pissed. Started whooping his ass.
Yep.
But I lost that battle because he pulled out a knife.
Yep.
So, point is, this whole story is fighting is bad.
Right.
And I saw a UFC fighter say fighting is bad and nobody wins in a fight in the long run, except, somebody's got to win in their sport. But, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just all get along.
That's what I'm getting.
We're here to
for.
make people laugh, have a good time, play music,
Yeah.
make funny cowboy videos, which are some of my favorite.
Thank you.
The feedback, I forget what.
But the 67-year-old rancher.
Yeah, that's just it's like him picking up the bag and come back and hit him. It'd be so good.
That was kind of like the
What cowboys don't say. That's another.
Oh yeah.
That's another good one.
The kind of like how you said you wrote heartache medication in an hour and a half. Like I was standing there just in our warehouse and I didn't have a belt on. I didn't have this one on. And I put my hands in my pockets and and they kind of like pushed down and I looked down and I just immediately pictured, like some of those old ranchers, they'll have a belt and suspenders on, but it can't keep their pants up and their belly. And I just like had that vivid picture and I was like, ooh, we got to make this video.
Yeah.
And it was just moments later we were filming it and then it went out and then it was like one of my more memorable videos that we've got to make. And, but it was crazy just how authentic it was, but relatable.
Yeah.
I think is maybe what made it win.
Even is something that I relate to is the shift knob.
Yeah. When I was talking about it.
Or when it's got to have the bull skin or like a deer skin.
Yep.
Got around the shifter knob.
Y'all do the same thing.
I was like, that hit home for me.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cowboy right there.
There you go. You put some people don't know what you're talking, but then like a deep track person.
Oh, that hit home for me. I was like, that's funny.
Yeah. Did you grow up around any horses?
I later in life I did.
Yeah.
Senior, he wasn't too into, he's good working. Don't have time. I wanted to raise a lamb. I remember he's like, anybody can raise an animal. Learn how to weld.
Yep.
That's literally what he told me.
Okay.
So I went into ACMEC.
There you go.
And I'm a mediocre welder, but I can do it. But I got goats and stuff. I love the goats. I got Highland cows, which is for fun.
You love owning the goats.
The goats are great for fencing and just clearing land. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Horses would be awesome to own. It's just hard right now. Touring, it's somebody's got to take care of them.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of friends that have horses, and then I got really into like trying to team rope and good enough to get a dally and go left, every now and then, and that's a rush that you can't really find anywhere else.
Yeah.
And it's been a while, but it's a lot of fun, and so I kind of dallied in that, and then
pun intended.
Yeah, it's a rush, dude, and when I started hanging out in Texas a lot, that's when I really started. You be the team ropers. Like, we do this a lot. Like, jackpots Tuesday night, every night. I mean, they're just going out, and it's like, kind of got to do that and experience that, and that was just a lot of fun. And just, you got to work with a horse and like get him in the box. Like, it's funny how many people will never know that just that experience of backing horse in the box,
right,
nodding your head and just trying to get it.
Yeah,
just trying. And then my favorite guys were like, well, hell, I got into team roping because I just saw people miss. I said, hell, I could do that. Just back up, run, just throw it, chunk it, miss it. But, one day you're going to catch it if you go long enough.
Right.
But it was such a cool sport.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of learn from there. But yeah, no, I always love watching rodeo, like the pros. It's just like how.
It makes you appreciate, like after turning a few steers, which that's all I've turned is a few, it really does make you appreciate watching the, like for instance tonight at Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the breakaways and like the saddle bronc guys, I mean, it's just like an art in front of you, just like every poster that's cool now is like the rodeo guys are doing it.
Right. I would say out of
living.
all the events, talking about like it being harder than it looks, I would say out of every event, which I haven't ever tied calves, but I mean, I've ran down a rope and tied one, but not competitively at all. But I would say out of all of them, saddle bronc would be the one that looks the easiest, but is the hardest, I think, out of everything. Bar none. Easy. That one wins. Like bull riding can look easy, but not as easy as saddle bronc riders make it look compared to actually how hard it is. That's what I think.
If they it's like an art of this whole like motion happening, and you just see it on so many timeless photos of etched out on rodeo. It's like the buckles and I don't know. It's really cool. And look, every rodeo sport there is hard.
Yeah.
There's no easy one. And I love playing all the rodeos. I'm always signing up to play any rodeos. I love, like we played Cheyenne. I think they rebranded it. I don't know if it's something new now. I don't, but we love mixing the music and the sport. I love getting the buckles from the rodeo. Like, means a lot to me because some guy, a guy who's like, want to be team roper. Well, I'll probably never win this freaking thing, but I got it through music. So it means a lot to me in that. But I have so much respect for rodeo sports and just being a part of a culture, and it's just a little bit of it, and it fills my cowboy heart
for sure. Did you get to? Was it Kojo that got you? Kind of, you guys are buds.
I love Cody.
Is that who you got to rope with?
Well, we talked about we've done more hunting together than roping.
Oh, okay.
But Cody's real. And that's another thing. Like Texas, man, it's like it's so everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much more open. To come and learn it, and that's where I really started trying to learn. And California is too, but it's just Texas got Texas to it.
Yeah.
But I got a great friend back where Summer's from in Clovis, California, Bert McGill, and he's a head horse trainer, and his son's really good. They're really getting into the junior pro and like fast. Like, God, I mean, it's crazy when like you see little kids.
Oh my gosh.
Just like chunking it, and they're just throwing it like that tripod right there and heel it. I'm like, man.
Yeah. It's
crazy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure like that's how you were with like a guitar that young, but like
I was never like that. I would just sing. They like, oh, that's cute. He likes to sing.
Right.
But it turns into, getting up and singing and having fun. But that's just a whole different lifestyle when you're doing it that young.
Where in Texas does your dad live?
Bernie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I got some buddies down there.
And we used to run in Kennedy, Texas, back roping there, and a lot of my, just like in your 20s and going out there. I got a lot of friends out there, and that's where I really got to dabble in it. And then going back to California, I was talking about Bert, is now I think the last time we roped, I caught half. just as a practice run, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
But you never know when I'm going to catch. So the heelers, I'm not like the favorite heeler guy's header, but I get them every now and then. But, you know, it's just doing it and the amount of respect I have for that. It's like, I don't know. And then I got to go hunt with Patrick Smith, who's a good, good buddy now. And he gave me some lessons, just like little tidbits, like, you know,
He would be okay to learn from. I'm trying to think.
He's all right.
He's
okay.
okay.
He's all right. Swipe the piano. That's why he's like, when you go down the piano like that, and I was like, that's pretty good. Just an analogy from a pro.
Yeah. Yeah, he mentored Trevor, so I guess he's
a hard worker, but
right.
he loves to hunt too. We had a good time.
Yeah, New Mexico elk hunting.
Yep. We got a nice elk, and we had a good time. I mean, he's a rock star. Like, him and his buddy Chip, they had a helicopter.
Ooh,
and
that is a rock star.
We went coyote hunting out there in a helicopter, and that was one of the funnest things I've done in my life.
I've not ever hunted anything from a helicopter, but it sounds
like
fun.
I hung out the side of the door.
Yeah.
Like I was
SEAL Team 6.
1972 Vietnam. Should have just had a cigarette. And just roll, I love coyotes. I hate them and I love them, but they're such a predator. Like the respect that you've been hunting and you've been sitting in the blind and you finally see a deer come out, and then these two coyotes come, like, and you don't even know where they came from.
Right.
They're just so swift and they're so tough. And we got about 5 coyotes.
Nice.
And it was fun, but shooting from the helicopter was awesome. But riding around, like, I think it was a 60,000 acre ranch.
Yep.
Just flying around and seeing elk, and like, I was like, I want a helicopter. Now I'm jealous of Luke Bryan. He's got a helicopter, but I mean, and his name's Chip, and he's a fantastic pilot. And you can't have a good hunt off a helicopter if you don't have a good pilot. There's just
I ain't even gonna get in one.
I know. And I was on the fence because I was like, well, you know, musicians and artists and helicopters, the percentage aren't great.
Yeah.
But I got over it. And once I stood out the window, I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And they had a big herd of buffalo.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, let's move the buffalo. And we came in and swooped down, and it was like the opening scene of Yellowstone or something. There was dust coming out, and they were just running from the helicopter.
That's wild.
And it was something, regardless of the coyote hunting, it was something I'll never forget, just flying around. And it was Patrick's buddy.
Yeah.
I was like, y'all rock stars, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was a really cool. He's going to be here tonight.
Patrick will?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is he roping or just hanging out?
He's going to run tonight, and then he's going to hang out for the concert.
Heck yeah.
We'll have to get together. I said, we running steers?
Let me go down there and rope with you.
Yeah,
Patrick?
I'll probably rope with his son Eli. I guess he's pretty good too.
Right.
It's like we're saying about the kids that get it, just start from day one. It's like they're all going to go to NFR.
They just grow up with a rope in their hand.
They're just like, that's my bottle. Rope.
Yep. Yeah.
I'll make fun of you every chance I get. You ever get a kid that can rope? Be like, first thing you're going to get made fun of by that kid.
Yeah. At the very least, he's going to rope you.
Well, yeah, and he's the kids, the talented kids that always want to rope the dummy with you. They're like testing you.
Yes.
They're like, you want to rope?
I hate it.
Oh yeah,
I get it all the time. Like,
all
look,
the time.
You win, okay, kid? Like, let me just tell you now, you win.
They just want to say, I beat Dale, I beat John Pardi, and I'll let them have it.
Yep.
Just take the crown. But sometimes I'll catch. You know, the dummy's fun. I like the ones that move and you can pull it and they come get it, and it's a fun little pastime.
I went out to, I'm sure you're familiar with Derek Begay, you know, being an avid team rope watcher from Arizona. Well, like he Snapchats for years. He's been Snapchatting me him catching wild cattle out there in Arizona.
Yeah.
He'll go out on the reservation. Well, I finally got to go with him, and these guys are wolfing these ropes onto these wild. Big bulls, sharp horns, not tipped.
Yeah.
I was way in over my head, roping wise.
Gets a little ranchy.
Yeah, like I caught one like little like retarded calf baby, like just kind of like looking around. I caught him and then missed a big bull and then came up to these 2 cows, threw my rope, didn't catch, and I just jumped on them. So I got off my horse and jumped on them.
Straight to bulldog.
It was like a joke, but anyway, I tried hard, so I gave them that.
They do like the header healer out there, or some guys still with the one or connected to the saddle horn.
Yeah, some of them, yeah. So like the big bulls, like they want somebody to come in and heal them, slow them down, they'll tie them down, or like if they'll catch one and then go around a tree and come back to it. So like kind of like yeah, so it just depends on who's around. But that's what was wild about those guys is it could be a big bull, never seen a human, horns not tipped, and they might slip over by themselves, catch it, tie it down, then they tie it to a tree, come back and get it 3 or 4 days later, take it to the sale barn. But like
chilled out a little bit.
The way they would take to, of course, Derek, he's like the godfather out there, but he's 11 times to the NFR, so they just don't miss.
Yeah, I mean it's NFR guys.
And then you got the YouTuber coming in there. The last day, huge bull, red bull, Hereford looking. There were 6 cows and bulls coming down this mountain, and there were 5 cowboys, and they all crossed in front of me. Well, the 5 went after their 5, and this big bull is left. And I was like, I'm going to get him. That's all me. My horse was done, but I was like, I'm going to try him anyway. And I'm following behind him in this creek. He's about to go in the brush, and he was real far out there, so I was like, I'm going to heal him. And so I heal him. Best loop I threw all week. I was like, I finally earned these guys' respect. And I'm holding him till somebody gets there, an adult. And and I'm just so pumped. And I get to looking, and he's got a dang ear notch. And then I get to look, and it's a steer. And it's like a 1,700-pound steer that had gotten out from a ranch 10 miles away, and none of them wanted to catch it. And so
they probably saw that already.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Anyway, so the whole time I was like,
you had the John Wayne. You're like, I'm on John Wayne this. I'm gonna get the respect.
Yeah.
And then
time.
Then it's like this like shooting the wrong animal hunting.
Exactly. That's exactly like good shot, Dale, on the wrong deer.
Yeah. Shot the wrong deer, and we're gonna have to waste a tag on that.
Yeah. Good shot, but somebody's pissed.
Yeah. No, gathering cows, that's something you get to do a lot if you travel a lot. You can get to ranches and just go out and ride, and that's some of my favorite stuff to do. I'm done in Montana, and then especially North California, like some of those hills, like on Napa. There's big cattle ranches out there. We kind of grew up a lot going out there, and I had a lot of friends that had cattle ranches, and we had guys that use horses, and we had guys that use 4-wheelers.
Yeah,
and the guys who use 4-wheelers are like the more economic guys. They're like, well, I don't have to saddle it. I don't think, I get on and go. Starts every time, and then the cowboy, you have the pride of like, we do this like this, and it's quiet. So I've always been a helping hand, and I love it. And there's something just like you grow up being a part of that, just it's a sliver of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's that cowboy pride thing that you take with you wherever work thing you go. I mean, I remember when we were roping in Texas. His name's Jeff. Works on computers, but he's a great healer.
Yeah.
Never wears a cowboy hat. Just only unless he has to. But he's a computer guy. But it's like he takes that little bit of cowboy to the keyboard.
Yeah.
But he was great. I had a horse. I remember I bought a horse. Cisco. Hated going in the box. And I'd get on and nothing is more amateur than a guy who's got a horse and won't get in the box.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there looping it, and you're just like, and then it becomes who can get the horse in the box. Well, Jeff, he just got on that thing and it backed up like had no problem.
He just had the
thing, man.
He had that technology sense to him.
He was AI before AI. Backed him in there. But I mean, it's always that, like, you just never know people's backgrounds, and it's just that cowboy sense that I don't know. I like to bring that everywhere I go,
Yeah.
Western.
Yeah, you got to be careful these days. Like, kind of like fighting. Like, you never know who can, do jujitsu and put you in a pretzel hold. And then same thing with cowboys. You never know who might be a number 9 healer and be able to.
Because they ain't gonna talk.
But then
they're going to talk with a rope.
Also rewrite your code on your computer. So
Yeah,
that's Jeff.
It was Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. He's still out there probably winning buckles.
Microsoft 95, baby.
You meet a lot of fun people, man.
Yeah, especially doing what you're doing. I got some questions from the audience.
Are we live right now?
Live?
I was like, damn,
Yeah,
you brought some technology too.
This is just a fun question. See what you're thinking. How often do you throw expired food out of the fridge? You're probably on some trips. You come home.
I mean, there's some things that I feel like expiration dates, they just want you to buy more of it.
Right, milk.
Well, milk. I mean, just do the smell test. I've definitely drank some milk that almost is old, but I have generally milk. If I feel like I need to, de-bloat a little bit, I'll drink some milk.
Okay.
It's rough on my stomach.
Okay. Yeah.
But I love it. I love milk and ice cream. But expired, we'll eat whatever if you're hungry.
Yep. Good. Yeah, me too. I don't know. I'm kind of fancy. I don't like a banana. It's got to be perfect. You got one brown spot on a banana, put that to the side. Somebody can make some bread out of it.
Oh man, I'll eat a bruised banana.
How many times at one of your concerts do you play Wagon Wheel?
Never.
Okay.
Well,
you're not going to open with that in Houston tonight?
Yeah. You know what? I had a really cool opener tonight, but we're going to play Wagon Wheel. Now, I will say, I remember when I first heard Wagon Wheel by Old Crow back in the day. I remember buying the CD because they looked cool and it was a bluegrass band.
Yeah.
And boy, when I heard Wagon Wheel, it was like I discovered one of the coolest songs ever.
Word.
And this is before it was crazy big. And I'd play it. I mean, if anybody's been to Nashville and at Losers, my favorite bar, that's where I wanted to play. When I first moved to Nashville, 2008, 2009, to about 2008 to 2010, I was playing Losers, and I would play Wagon Wheel. And people would ask me what the song was. And then it just started growing. Not like I started Wagon Wheel, but like people started, the song started getting bigger and bigger, and then it became like a staple in Nashville. And then Darius cut it.
So
and
basically what you're saying is you're welcome.
Hey, I ain't taking credit for that. But I could bust out Wagon Wheel right now.
Well, Head Over Boots has the same chord progression. Is that a coincidence?
Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
Wagon Wheel has one less chord in the progression in tempo.
So ours is a little more complicated.
Yeah, I mean, Wagon Wheel's a great song though.
Is drinking the only way to get over a breakup?
Well, there's it does help numb the pain, but in the long run, you're gonna have to deal with it. And just get out there and talk. Go to a social place.
When is it okay to wear spurs in the bar?
When you've been gathering cows and your horses are in a horse trailer outside of the bar.
There you go. I was just thinking if you were getting on the bulls at Billy Bob's, maybe. I think maybe. Or mirror pics for guys, are they okay?
Only if you're selling them on Facebook Marketplace.
Okay.
The
mirror.
mirror.
Ooh, that's a good rule. Hey guys, I got this mirror for sale.
Got this mirror for sale. Man, you sure buy a lot of mirrors, Dale.
At first, I was thinking you didn't understand the question. That's the best answer I could have dreamt of. Worst place you've ever told a joke?
In front of, oh my God, talk about a dud. In front of Ron White.
Oh, dang.
I told a joke, and he looked at me like I was crazy, and it was a horrible joke. It was one of them nervous things.
Yeah. Do you care to share it?
No, I don't even remember. I try to not remember that, but I remember telling Ron White a joke, and it was just like.
Afterwards, you apologize? Like that kind of like,
sorry
about
like,
that, man.
Who's this John Party guy? He's not funny.
Yeah, it's a trophy fish, so what's this guy's deal? Cool, man. Well, I can't wait for your album to come out.
I can't wait for it either, man.
Yeah. So April 11th.
April 11th, 2025.
Yep.
Because people are going to listen to this podcast from the time on.
Yes. Yeah.
We're at Houston Rodeo 2025.
Bro, I was stoked to do this podcast. And as soon as you agreed, I was like, we got to schedule it.
Loaded up a truck and come on down.
Otherwise, it'll be this thing like where it was just like, well, we'll make it happen, and best intentions on,
Yeah, but still, it's cool to be here doing this, and instead of, I don't know, a tour bus, we're at the rodeo,
Oh, yeah.
Rodeo time.
Bingo.
So
I didn't even think of that.
it worked out. I mean, it's like we are marketing geniuses, but we just naturally excited. We're just excited.
It's like we're from out west.
From Western.
Well, I'm from west of something. Louisiana, I guess.
Yeah.
That's west enough. Cool. Anything else? Where can we get?
Can I get a t-shirt?
Yeah, I brought you some.
Oh, yeah.
And some caps.
And some caps. All right,
Yeah.
perfect.
You got some online?
What, shirts?
You got all y'all got the merch now.
We got a lot of merch.
I bet you kill it with Houston.
We'll see. Some nights are better than the other, and then some nights aren't good at all.
Well, I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for your time.
You guys got
I'm on to the
passes
next
and
one.
everything? You're all
Yes,
everybody
sir.
taking care of you?
We're golden. Yeah. Life advice. That's how we wrap this up.
Life advice. You know what? I saw this quote. And it was just, a winner's just a loser who tried another time.
Mm.
And I thought that was pretty good.
Nice.
Right? I thought that was a cool
That
one.
is
And
good.
it was just like a little slogan.
Yeah.
Winner's just a loser. Oh, is it winner's just a loser who tried one more time? And I thought that was pretty badass.
And then kind of like a radio deal, can you say, I'm John Pardi and you're listening to Rodeo Time?
I'm John Pardi and you're listening to Rodeo Time.
And Dale Brisby's my best friend.
Dale Brisby, my best friend. My best friend and the best bull rider of all time.
All right. Thanks, man. We're on to the next one. Everybody check out his new album coming out.
I would say a senior quote, but there's an F word in it. I don't know.
That's all right. We can just turn it down and everybody will know.
I forget. He had to say it, but he was like, I'm a fighter. I'm a midnight rider and one hell of a windmill man. And I don't know what the hell that meant, but just the land, I'm one hell of a windmill man. I was like, whatever, senior, that's a good one.
That is so badass that's what you call your dad. Senior.
See,
I love it.
Fighter, midnight rider, and one hell of a windmill man.
Everybody needs to know a good windmill man.
That's where we got to end it on that one.
Yeah,
There's your life advice.
We're on to the next one.